Pearl Harbor is the greatest intelligence failure in American history. This can never happen again.
I was thinking about the characters because I understand it must be, you might feel pressure to play characters from real life.
I always feel responsibility, because somebody is real life. I think of somebody playing me and I cringe. But those is a responsibility. I want to capture their spirit, and I always try to tell the story from their point of view.
There's a lot of CGI, but there's a lot of replicas. And how did you react when you saw the movie for the first time in the big screen?
Oh, it's massive. The movie is massive. And yet, it's still about these personal stories. I think that's where Roland is so successful and you're able to have these huge sequences and these, just epic war scenes. And yet, if you don't care about the people that you're following, then it just becomes a mess.
I think I read that your father was World War II. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was a merchant marine in World War II.
You used to talk with him about his days at war?
Oh, yeah, legends, My generation, we were fascinated by World War II.
It's a personal movie for you?
I wouldn't say personal, but, it is a story about us, all of us, America, and a time when it's about the greatest generation, really. Those people that went through the Depression and World War II and sacrificed and really built this country, and they were doing it for the right reasons.
The situation in the Pacific is far worse than reported.
This movie has been in your head for about 20 years now, and you've said you were glad you were not able to make it back then because this is a great moment for the movie. Why is that?
Well, it reminds people what some people did, with the rise of nationalism and especially in Europe, the fascist parties. We have to remind the world, that at one point fascism was pretty much on the rise, and only because of some, people, portray in our movie, fascism was beaten, and our world is today like it is.
It's not easy to recreate planes and carriers from 1940, and I understand you've had help from the U.S. Navy. How did you get them to support the movie?
Yeah, and it was super hard to create this reality which is not existing in our world anymore. And but it had to be done. And the good news about this, if you have to create everything, you can make it extremely accurate.